Tin, thank you so much for doing this video testimonial. So really, I just want to open it up and get your perspective. Number one, I'd love for you to share what was going on in life before we started our coaching sessions. And then can you kind of paint us through what the process was like? What did you gain or benefit, and kind of where you're at now?
Yeah. For me, my life I wasn't in a bad place, but things just seemed out of sorts. Like things weren't clicking, relationship wise, I was getting in a new relationship, but things weren't quite right. And I wanted to see how I could change things, improve things, and seeing your uh, stuff, mostly on LinkedIn, I think is where I saw it. It was interesting to me how to change your mindset. I saw some write-ups and some things that got me interested in. Said, you know what, this is here for me for some reason. If this feed showed up, and it's something I've been looking to do, so let's go for it. And it's been very helpful. I still have a lot of ways to go on things, but I have a pathway and a process, which I think is great. I need that structure. And some of the questions I have later for you is just like, how do I get through this stuff? Because there's so much information there, and I find myself not necessarily falling back to old habits, but it has to be systematic for me to work properly. And I notice the difference when I'm not there. Things aren't running so smoothly in my life. So I just kind of want to get a habit to it and establish that. And I think that might just take time. So
Well, for sure, because ultimately we're all on a journey. There is no destination. The tools are to empower you. And literally, I think of them as tools in your tool belt, but you have to continue doing the work.
right.
So another question I have for you, I know relationships was one, but also money.
Yes.
And I haven't got to hear it all yet, but I would love for you to share something I always coach my clients through. Anybody who wants more money, I think of it as experiments. And we put you on a money experiment once you kind of learned money mindset and whatever. Can you please share what was your end goal, the dollar amount you wanted to quote manifest, and kind of what came about for you?
Yeah. So I think we're about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks into it. So, and I didn't start off right away once we had talked about it. So my original goal was, I thought, let's put a significant number in there. Like I could find $50 on the street easy, but how about $5,000? I thought that would be an interesting goal to be able to manifest. So I put the little card together, and I practiced it and believed in it and really felt it. And on the back of the card, I put those emotions that I felt like when I was in Vegas and we were winning at the crap table, whatever, where I had money coming in, and that excitement, that energy, and I put that in, and I try to remind myself of that feeling. And believe it or not, this stuff just started happening following those following days, the next few days. And my goal was 5,000, and I tallied up about 7,400 so far. And now it's not all cash. Some of it's in services, some of it's coming through a settlement that I wasn't expecting. So, but there is cash in hand, and there will be a deposit of at least $1,000 in my account tomorrow, which was a bonus from work for an inflation bonus, which I was not expecting at all. So it was very exciting. So it really does make me a believer in this process, that this is kind of proof positive to me. So.
Well, and I love that, because something that I noted, and I told you, we always write at the bottom, when you have a specific goal or desired outcome, you always write this or something even better. And I tell you, the how is not your job. And look, you were surprised money came in different ways. So that's amazing. I love that testimonial. 7,400.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this. Was there any specific, maybe one tool or one major takeaway that really gave you a mindset shift, or something that a tangible experience and takeaway?
Um, some of the structure of the thing, and I should go grab it, but it's kind of the process of going through in the morning, and at night, just before I go to bed, to have that meditation time, that time to get connected with my, and trying to manifest those emotions. And that's kind of what I was trying to work on, trying to pull away or weed out those negative thoughts that come in. And they always will, I think, because there's doubt and this and that. So I was trying to pull those weeds and replace them with good thoughts. And I keep trying to work on that aspect of it. So and then rehearsing that new 2.0, and getting through that. And I know some of those goals are really high goals, but I mean, it can happen. So I want to learn how to manifest those things all. But
All
yeah.
right. Final question for you. Is coaching, like who would you recommend coaching for? And is there anything else you would like to add about your experience?
For coaching, I think they have to be ready to change. And they have to be at a point where they see they want to make a change and they're not satisfied with where their life is going. You really have to have that initiative to start with. And then I think you're more open to accepting this energy and this process. So I think that's what I would recommend anybody. If you're really looking about it, you're thinking you're not happy with your life, try it. I mean, this has more than covered your fee. So yeah, I'm very happy with it, and I feel really good about the direction my life is going. And I got challenges ahead, but I feel I can get there. So,
All right. Tim, thank you so much for sharing your experience.
you're welcome.